Nashville and Hollywood. Morgan number 2's 30-Second Skinny.
Sam Hunt announced he has a new album coming out called Southside on April 3rd. He will also be going on a headlining tour with special guests Kip Moore and Travis Denning, featuring songs from the new album. It kicks off May 28th in North Carolina. Luke Bryan is happy to have other country music dads to talk to.
Thomas Rhett will call me from time to time, and he'll go, hey, we're going to this place. I saw you went there. Is the kid friendly? So it's fun to be able to talk daddy shop with them now, and Jason's got little ones too, and yeah, they're all in the mix.
Miranda Lambert and her mom, Bev, have awarded $160,000 worth of grants to animal shelters across the country, all thanks to Mutts Across America, an initiative under the Mutt Nation Foundation. I'm Morgan number 2. That's your skinny.
I'm live last night, so I got on with her and we talked for, 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was when I had the most people watching.
Oh, was it? Yeah. I was just brushing my teeth.
More people joined, and then they stayed, and then Bobby went away, and they all went away, and I was like, dang, wow.
I don't know that happened.
I saw it happen.
All I know is I'm in the bathroom, and I get a brrr on my phone, and it says, Amy would like you to join her Instagram. I'm brushing my teeth.
Well, I was surprised to see you even watching, so I was like, oh, I'll see if he answers.
And so I get on, and her and her sister, I don't even know what they're talking about.
Everything.
Yeah. And so we talk for a little bit, and then I hang up, and I start working on the show. I go to bed. And then I start to get messages. Here's one that just came in about your Instagram Live. Hey, Bobby, I missed a conversation about Amy's son mooning 1,000 viewers on Instagram Live last night.
Yeah, it happened.
What?
Well, he came in and he started talking. He was like, hey. And then, he likes to booty dance. And so I thought he just wanted to, shake his booty. So he gets up. And I don't know we haven't taught him mooning, but now, maybe.
Oh, mooning was awesome. I used to moon everybody as a kid. Yeah.
And so it never even crossed my mind that he would pull everything down. And he gets up on the couch and he's, doing his thing. And then all of a sudden, he just pulls his pants down, and I kind of thought, oh, did he just pull his pants down? And then why would you want to show everybody his diaper? He was ready for bed, straight booty, bare booty, and he thought it was hilarious, and he just died laughing. And so did we, because we weren't expecting it. But yeah, everybody and he was super close to the camera. Mm-hmm.
Have you been kicked off Instagram for that? Isn't that?
I got nervous.
A lot of things wrong with that.
Yeah.
I know.
One naked butt, 2 kid naked butt.
I know. I had so far nothing, but I did get nervous that something would get fined or flagged, and we told him that he can't do that in public. He could get fined, and now he's all.
You should
worried.
fine him though. Does he have money?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should tell. You should fine him.
How much?
$5. Be like, hey, we heard from Instagram.
Oh,
you're gonna be fined $5 for that last night. Teach him a lesson.
All right. Okay.
No one wants to lose their money.
No, that is a good lesson.
And if you laughed at him, you can't punish him. You can't punish him.
I know. I think we were just so shocked. But then I did tell him afterwards, I'm like, buddy, you can't do stuff like that. Especially we didn't know it was coming, and there's people on there that we don't know. And
well, today you got a note from Instagram. He's been fined $5.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll tell him.
Okay.
I'll have him pay up.
Coming up in a second, how happy couples argue. They did a whole study, and it reveals the key to fighting without actually damaging the relationship.
Oh, I'm into this.
So I want to give you that. And also, I got in trouble yesterday at therapy. For the first time ever, I got in trouble.
Whoa.
I know. She had to stop me and be like, nope. So
what did you do?
I'll tell you coming up. We'll do that in the next segment. Also, if you guys want to hop on, you can. Questions or comments, 877-77-BOBBY. Back in a second.
The morning show's official YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search Bobby Bones Show, and subscribe today. Bobby Bones.
I'm going to ask you guys for a personal milestone in just a minute. So think about it. Something in your life that you've accomplished. Doesn't be big. Be small. Be any little streak you've set. Because this guy just hit 1 million miles on his truck. Ooh. 1 million miles with his Nissan Frontier pickup truck. Now, he should be in a commercial, right? He should be in whatever they're doing to promote this Nissan. That should be his deal.
Yeah.
Brian Murphy bought the truck in 2007, used it for a delivery service, has never owned or used another vehicle since. The 2-wheel drive King Cab still has its original 4-cylinder engine and 5-speed manual transmission. The clutch lasted over 800,000 miles, outliving the driver's seat, which is crazy. The only other major work he's had done was getting a new timing chain installed at 750,000 miles. Nissan says he may have the record for putting the most miles on a Frontier. And there's a picture he took of 999999999, all that. Pretty cool.
Wow. I didn't know that was possible.
My Pontiac Sunfire had over 200,000. And it finally just, I don't even know if they make those anymore. Do they make Sunfires, Pontiac Sunfires? It was the most legit car I ever had it was like a small tank. Didn't look like a tank, but it would go wherever you needed to go. When I moved from Little Rock to Austin, Texas, it was about a 9-hour drive, and we had started out on the drive and got hit by a huge snowstorm. The drive ended up taking 27 hours to get down because we hit a snow and ice storm. That Pontiac Sunfire, there were 18-wheelers pulled over. There were big trucks. My Sunfire didn't stop. It was
They're
amazing.
all jealous of you.
Yeah, over 200,000. Do you have any sort of milestone that you've hit recently?
Oh, it should be recent.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like mine, for example, I'm 2 weeks away from, on my Peloton, hitting 1 year every week for a year, at least once a week.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Because it keeps track of it. So I'm 2 weeks away from hitting 52 weeks. I'm pretty pumped about that.
Okay.
You?
Well, I mean, I guess it's not as recent. I mean, I haven't pressed news in forever. I don't know that I have any goals that I hit recently. Is
Eddie,
that
you?
sad?
Oh, mine for sure is the book that I read in 3 weeks. Like, I hadn't read a book that fast in forever.
Lunchbox?
Ooh, that's easy. 200,000 people on Twitter follow me.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Morgan?
Probably the fact that I watched 23 Marvel movies. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
a good
That might be the winner.
That's the winner.
Yeah, you win.
Morgan number 2 watched 23 Marvel movies from Christmas to basically We Came Back. That's
Yeah.
that's just watching movies all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like 3.5 straight weeks of movies, basically.
that's impressive. Yeah, I haven't done that.
Like I feel like that's more impressive than my 50 weeks in a row of exercising.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There-
That's solid.
Yeah, because I don't know that I've ever done that with anything. I'm sure that I've exercised 50 weeks in a row, but not on a particular machine.
Old Dominion one-man band on right now. After the song, I'll get into how happy couples argue. They did a whole study, how to fight without actually damaging the relationship. That's coming up. A new study finds that the topics married couples choose to argue about make all the difference in the world. So the happy couples almost never chose to discuss problems that were harder to resolve or would take months to sort out. What is that? What are you fighting about that would take months to sort out? Like some sort of fundamental money issue?
Right.
Religious issue?
I'm like, so what do you just keep putting it under the rug?
You know, it's all, like I say, stay surface.
Yeah. Don't go deep.
This was a critical factor that researchers believed has been very important to marital happiness. Experts say that unhappy couples focused on the more difficult to solve problems that really they were fighting, and regardless of the fight, would never come to a conclusion.
Okay. All right. So you just go round and round.
And there's
Round.
not an ending. It's
Yeah.
almost like you're fighting just to fight. You find a reason to fight.
Yeah. That's miserable.
I think some people are in that.
Yeah. Oh, I could see. I've been in that rut.
And that's what I'm saying. I think some people, even happy, get into that spot.
Yeah.
Well, I was in therapy yesterday and I was talking about not having an argument, but just how I unfairly feel certain things in relationships. And she says, and I think this is a pretty common thing in therapy. And she told me, she goes, hey, what you need to do when you bring up something, and this isn't just about my current relationship, even past relationships. She goes, what you need to say is, hey, the story I tell myself is blank. And then that's the best way to talk about something if you're irritated with something.
yeah.
Because it doesn't mean it's the universal truth. It means the story I'm telling myself is, well, I'm irritated because of X. And then it's not, hey, this is what's happening.
Right.
It's unfairly or not, this is what I'm telling myself, and we can try to work from it. And she was like, it's the greatest tool whenever you get into a fight.
That
She's been
is.
telling people that for like 10 years.
Yeah.
She's like, just say this. Or whenever you want to bring up something that's uncomfortable, you say, hey, the story I'm telling myself is, and then you say it. Because again, it doesn't assign that it's the truth. It says that fairly or not, this is what's going through my head, so I want to share it with you.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, guys, I don't know that y'all are as bad at it as females. I mean, you're admitting that you struggle with it, but like girls, we can create this entire narrative to where now you, like for my husband, it could be like, oh yeah, now our you don't love me anymore. Our marriage is over. You hate me. And it all has to do with like that he kind of maybe ignored me for a second earlier in the day. And all of a sudden I've built it up to that. It's like this
So you would
horrible
say,
thing. I would say, so the lie that I'm telling myself right
you say
now.
lie.
Yeah.
But what if it's not a lie?
Well, I'm telling myself, okay, the potential lie that I'm telling myself, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess the story, you could use it that way. But is that you ignored me because you don't love me anymore, and now I'm undesirable to you, and now we're probably going to get divorced.
Well, that
And then he'll
escalated
be
quick.
like, right, I know, that's what I mean. Like sometimes we can go 0 to 60 super fast, and then my husband will be like, what? I was on the phone. Like it literally was nothing. And I'm exaggerating the story, but it literally could be nothing. And I've told myself it's like this horrible thing.
Yeah.
I do the same thing with you too.
Go
That
ahead.
applies to any relationship. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, he's not, what did I do? What did I say wrong? Did I do something? Am I not doing my job good? Like what's wrong? And really you're just busy or something. Like I can do it with lots of people. It's not just my spouse.
Well, apparently the key is,
So
according to mine, is just go, hey, listen, the story I tell myself is that you're really upset with me and you hate me because of the way you acted today. And I'd be like, no, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Sorry.
Perfect. So I could be like, the story I'm telling myself is I'm about to lose my job.
And I would say never. I would fire me before you.
Okay, that's not.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not.
You would run the Bobby Bone Show before I would let me go.
Okay, that's funny.
I did get in trouble yesterday. I was in therapy, and sometimes I just get tired of talking about, because I go to a relationship therapist, and I'm just over talking about relationships, and so I just started talking about work, and I was like, she's like, whoa, nope, stop. You didn't come here to talk about your job. You didn't come here to talk about whatever TV show you're about to start doing. She goes, we came here to talk, and then she kind of had to reset me, and I felt like I've been scolded.
Dang.
Wait, so you're not allowed to talk about any other areas of your life?
I am, but I was really just getting out of.
You were pivoting.
I just tired of it.
Oh, you were using it as a, yeah. Well, no, that's when you know you need to dig deep. You need to lean all the way in.
I've been digging deep. I'm pretty dug right now, and I don't have any big issues right now. I need to let some issues happen. She said that's a bad way to go into it.
That's horrible.
I know.
What are you talking about?
I know. I was like,
no.
I'm pretty happy right now. I said, maybe a little too happy. She goes, well, that's an issue that you think something could go wrong.
Wow.
I said, well, I'm just in a good place right now. I'm never in a good place. I said, so something will come. Don't worry. And then I was like, maybe I'll find something before I come back next week. And she's like, no, don't find things. Don't go out on a scavenger hunt for things that are wrong.
Yeah, I think you need to learn to live in the when it's okay.
Yeah, the good
live in
life.
that, but still
It
be
doesn't feel
open to
comfortable.
working.
That's not a good place for me.
Okay.
I like to have always something just a little bit wrong.
It's like a criminal.
Just a little bit
Oh,
wrong.
well, trust me. I mean, we all still have things wrong.
Yeah.
Even when life's great, you still got stuff wrong.
We'll come back in a second. This guy ate nothing but dog food for a month, and he says he feels blank. You may be shocked with that. He feels blank. And then a couple attends their own wedding via live stream because of coronavirus.
What?
Oh.
And I'll tell you about that too. All right, back in 1 second. Hey, Valerie, what's going on?
Hey, I know the answer to the blank.
What's she talking about?
Do you hear me?
The
Oh, the guy that ate dog food? Oh, that wasn't really
Yeah.
a game. Oh, I love that you're going to fill it in. I know
It
it was
wasn't, but I know the answer. He feels better.
why do you eat dog food?
No,
Oh.
I heard the story.
Oh,
He's been eating it like for 3 or 4 months. It took him 4 days to get over the taste. See, I know the whole story. I thought I was going to win.
well, it wasn't a game. It was it was a tease for something I was about to talk about.
That's funny.
This guy was the president of a dog food company in Texas, ate nothing but his own company's dog food for 30 days to prove that it was high quality food. He said the beginning was tough. He missed the taste of normal food, but he feels pretty fantastic and wound up losing 30 pounds.
Whoa.
Now, I
What?
wonder if that weight loss, though, is because he didn't want to eat a lot.
Right.
It's easy to lose weight when you don't want to eat the
Yeah.
food.
No, if you're eating a fourth a cup of dog food.
There's a business jargon term called dog fooding, which means companies actually use their own products to test them out
Oh.
and experience what it's really like. And so he did that literally. So dog fooding doesn't really have to do with dog food. It'd be like if we were dog fooding this show, we'd only listen to this show
Yeah.
to see if we liked it. So that's what he did. He had his own food for 30 days. And he did it all on YouTube. He said it was tough. He said, I just missed normal food and lost 25 to 30 pounds.
Wow.
So, Valerie, it wasn't a game, but I enjoyed talking with you.
You too, and I just want to say I'm really glad that we can get you guys down here now because I've always enjoyed listening to you, but I can never get you until I got up towards Knoxville, and now we can hear you every day, and I really enjoy it.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate you listening, and thanks for calling. I wish we had something. Can we give her
I
something?
feel like she
Can we give her like can of dog food or something? I mean, she really.
Oh.
Hey, I have 3 dogs. I have 3 dogs, 3 cats, and 3 chickens.
Oh, wow.
How big?
You
How
wanna
big a
give
piece of land do you have over there with 9 animals?
Not very big. It's big enough. Big enough. They all get along. So
Even
that's a plus.
the chickens and the cats?
Yes, Yes, the chickens and cats get along better than the dogs and the chickens.
Well, this sounds like that riddle where you have to take the boat across with all the animals in it, and one has to get out. You ever do that? You ever do that little thing back in school?
No.
Where there's like a fox, a chicken, and you have to get them all across without eating each other? Never mind. All right, thank you, Valerie. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. I didn't know that seemed like a game. I was just doing a little tease to get people over. What was the other thing I told you guys? Oh, this couple, they had to attend their own wedding via live stream. They recently visited the village in that province of Wuhan and decided to live stream themselves to their own wedding from quarantine.
Wow. So they wouldn't harm their guests.
I was watching CNN this morning, and one of the reporters who went to report it was having to stay in quarantine, and he was reporting from quarantine.
Wow.
And the reason, again, I'll say it again, because people are like, why don't you report on the flu? Because it's bigger. We just don't know what this disease is going to do is why it's a big news story. It's not that it's bigger and badder than anything yet, but they can't figure it out, and that's why it's a big news story. Don't go to Facebook and read anything we post over there, because people just yell at you. I went over there. I don't know how Morgan number 2 does it. I went over there yesterday for like 5 minutes, and I clicked on a couple things just to see what the folks were saying. I like to get a temperature. You would think that we were the most hated show in the history of shows, and all the negativity on there.
What did they get
It doesn't.
mad about?
Everything. They fight about the topic. They fight with each other. They fight about how lame I am. They fight. If you were just to never listen to the show and go to our Facebook page, you would think that we were the most hated, controversial piece of content that ever existed.
Yeah, we're not controversial at all.
And if they don't like it and they think that you're lame, which you're not, but why are they on the Facebook page and why are they even engaging in anything to do with the Bobby Bone Show?
Well, now you're being rational. Don't do that. So,
okay, sorry.
Yesterday, we did a segment I thought was really fun. The guy came in to tell Lunchbox how much his Buffalo Nickel was worth.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun during that. You go to the page, like, worst segment in the history of the show.
Really?
I thought it was one of the best. Like, I would definitely put my chips in on that one.
Yeah,
It's a great segment. And it wasn't just about the whole thing was good. Like, it took him 15 minutes to go look at the Buffalo Nickel.
Yeah.
And they're like, stop doing that where you make people wait. He said he needed 15 minutes.
Yeah, we were waiting too. It's not like we were like,
You know
go
what?
just sit in a
One
room.
day, I'm just going to be like, I'm out of here.
Okay.
I'm just going to go to Facebook and send a retirement note after reading Facebook.
Don't do that.
Done. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Let's take Taylor in Arkansas real quick and see what's up over there. And then, Taylor, you're on. Hi.
Oh, my gosh. Hi. Good morning, studio.
Morning.
Hi. I know I don't have a whole lot of time, and it seems like it's kind of old, but I was just kind of wanting an update about Amy and Lunchbox's house wars.
Amy?
Oh, on my end, it's over. We got my kids into a school where we didn't have to move. We were moving for their education, and we found a place for them to go. It's kind of a drive, but they're in, and we don't have to move. So that is what we're doing. We're staying put for a little while.
And Lunchbox isn't moving either. They decided they're not moving it. So all that much ado about nothing, Taylor.
Well, it was something for a minute.
Yeah, it was a battle, but we're good now. We're friends again.
Like every house that was on the market, we were looking at the same one. I was like, great.
I don't work a typical Monday through Friday work week, so I don't always catch every episode of the show, and you guys hadn't talked about it in a while, and I had kind of wondered what happened.
Well, thank you. And you can always go back and listen to the podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcast. The whole show just gets loaded right up there. It's a great way to start your day. Just saying. I have asked everybody except people on Facebook about that, and they all agree. Taylor, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, goodbye. You guys hit us
Bye.
up if you want. 877-77-Bobby. Coming up, we will get into Tell Me Something Good. All positivity, all the time. 55 after every hour. Back in a second.
Did you know you can text us? Text Bobby, that's 26229, to send us a message.
Message and data rates may apply.
The Bobby Bone Show.
It's time for the good news.
With Amy.
Tell me something good.
So Coors Light is doing something cool for Valentine's Day. And what they want you to do is like just ditch whatever your other plans were, whatever you got going on, whether you have a date or maybe you're alone, who cares? Get yourself a new puppy or a rescue dog. And they want to cover the adoption fees. Now you have to apply for this. They have like a promotion page you can go to and fill everything out. But the first 1,000 eligible people, they're going to cover up to $100 of the fee. To qualify, you've got to be 21 or older and adopt a dog between now and February 21st. So, I mean, obviously the target would be around Valentine's Day and love. And
How do you go? What do you do?
CoorsLight.com. I guess they have a promotion page. You can check out the details there and fill it out. But, I mean, you're not drinking beer. I don't know why you have to be 21 or older.
To adopt a dog.
I mean, maybe. But
You like
that's
Coors
the
Light?
rules.
Is that a good one or no?
No, I mean, when I drank beer, my dad loved Coors Light. I liked Miller Lite. I don't know if there's really a difference, but that was
there's
my
a difference.
Okay, yeah.
Eddie's kind of the beer expert.
But what are you?
I mean, what's cool about Coors Light is that the mountain turns blue when it's cold. The can. That's about it. Other than that, it's just a regular beer.
It's cheap, right?
It's cheap. It's on the
Yeah.
cheaper side of things.
What's
But
the best reasonable beer, like normal person beer?
Miller Lite. But then you have the argument of
Bud Light.
Miller Lite, Bud Light. I think that's the big argument, and I think it's geographical
Oh, it's
too.
Miller Lite then. That's easy.
For me, Miller Lite. My dad drank Miller Lite. I drink Miller Lite.
But we're still shouting out Coors Light here for covering
Yes.
some of the
Time,
adoption
yeah,
fees. Yeah, there you go. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
That was Tell Me Something Good.
All right, Sam Hunt, Ken Folks, Bobby Bone Show. 877-77-Bobby if you guys want to hit us up. Nicole in Kansas is on right now. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
I just wanted to say that I came across the show by accident about 8 years ago, and I've been listening to the show every chance I can get. I really love the show, and the most thing that I love about the show is all of the little stories that y'all tell. Like, it doesn't even matter what it is. Like, I enjoy every single bit of it.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I thought she came across it like last week.
Just like 8
She's been
years
hanging
ago.
with us for 8 years.
All by accident.
I appreciate that. Well, hey, Nicole, hope you have a great day. Thank you.
You too, thanks.
All right, bye-bye. A couple things, just a little upkeep here. Next week, I believe on Wednesday's show of next week, we will have Coach Monica from Cheer, which is pretty cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, if you watch that show, she coaches the team, and we're going to have her on, which it's good. Me and all the girls.
Just hanging out.
Ed, have you started it yet?
Yeah, man, it's really good. And she's a boss. This Monica girl, like, it's just
This Monica girl.
yeah.
Man.
Coach Monica.
Yeah, she's literally the national championship coach
Yeah.
of the junior college team.
But man, just the way she handles herself and the way she just leads that group is amazing.
Well, she'll be on Wednesday of next week. Maren Morris will be on tomorrow. We're about 5 minutes away from Raymundo declaring a new groomsman in his wedding. How you feel about that?
I'm excited. I want somebody else to join the frat, baby.
I haven't. Oh, I haven't looked. Have you looked under the desk?
No, I have not.
Are you doing that bit again?
No. There's no gimmicks or tricks. This
Okay.
time.
All right. Valerie in Indiana, you're on the show. Valerie, how are you?
Good morning, studio.
Morning.
I wanted to let you guys know that the Target song, love the Target song. My brother and I have been singing that since Christmas all the time. We annoy everybody because we sing it all the time. Love
thanks.
it. Thank you, guys. And I wanted to find out about, before Christmas, you and Eddie were like super excited about a new song called Jesus Knows, but I haven't heard anything. Like, have you guys recorded it?
Yeah, it's
Is it out?
Jesus Knows we put out like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, it's been out.
So search wherever you listen to your music, Bobby Bones and the Raging Idiots. Jesus Knows came out on our Live in Boston record. This is a song that came out today that we put out. We played it live, but we've never put it out. So this is the Raging Idiots. I'm going to play you the Target song in just 1 second. But here's what I'm going to do. Amy and I were talking. And so if you go and you stream this song and you take a screenshot and post it on your Instagram story, just tag me and I'll give away 1 or 2 Target gift cards.
Which would be amazing.
Because that's legal, right?
Don't question. Just be like, just do it. I wouldn't draw attention to it.
When you have to ask yourself if it's legal,
Because I don't know.
probably isn't.
Don't defer to me.
I'll
And
just
then-
message some people back that do it. Just tag at Mr. Bobby Bones and I'll give you a $50 Target gift card.
Boom.
And
If
then
you-
do this too. If you're streaming it, just push play and let it put on repeat and let it play over and over
Yeah.
again when you leave the house.
Yeah.
Get us a bunch of streams.
Yeah.
Just like leave the house and leave it going. Like this will be our own joke here at how big this song gets when really it's not that big at all.
It's a good idea.
What were you gonna say?
Well, yeah. If you don't look it up, if you don't know, you can claim innocence.
Yeah.
If you never know.
So here's the Target song from, search for it, the Target song from Bobby Bones and the Raging Idiots. We recorded this live in Little Rock, Arkansas. And here is our latest song. Well, how rotten is food poisoning?
Oh, the worst.
Right? It's just
Yeah.
like boom, and then you're just done. Had dinner with a friend last night, and he was talking about how he got food poisoning, and he was on a vacation, and for 36 hours he just couldn't move. And so I was looking up the things that you get the most food poison from. Here are the foods that you, by the way, don't eat them. Don't eat them.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't
Ever?
eat this food.
Ever.
Especially if you're on vacation.
Just don't eat them.
Okay.
There's 8 of these.
Oh, man.
At number 8 is tuna.
Ooh, I just ate tuna.
Oh,
But
great.
like from a
Oh, God.
okay, like the
In a can.
It doesn't
No.
matter. These are
Really?
the foods you get. The food poison happens
okay
the most.
okay tuna.
Number 7, mushrooms.
What?
I just ate those.
Eddie had one big food poison salad.
Yeah, I had pepperoni mushroom pizza the other day.
Number 6, berries.
Wait,
Really?
you're eliminating food that I like.
I'm just saying these are.
You get mad at him.
Yeah, this is the list of when people get food poison.
So like any berry, strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, blueberry.
It's because of how they're kept. Then
I wash mine.
okay, shellfish. You can't wash them if you're at a restaurant though.
True.
You don't take your berries into the bathroom.
Okay, good
Shellfish
point.
like oysters?
Any
Yeah.
shellfish. 8, 7, 6, 5. At 5 is shellfish. At number 4, this is the grossest list we've ever done with a drum roll. At number 4, eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Of course.
We're now to the top 3 things that give people food poisoning. Number 3, fish.
Okay. Great.
Number 2, unpasteurized dairy. Talk to me about that. I don't know what that is. What's unpasteurized dairy?
Well, I just know there's pasteurized. I'll tell you in a second.
You don't know?
Reading. I do. I know the
It
difference.
doesn't say.
but I
Don't.
don't wanna
Just
say
go
if
from
it's
your gut.
wrong. No.
We're
No.
always right when we do that.
Yeah, just go from your
No.
gut. Unpasteurized
Does that
dairy.
be like milk from the cow, like directly?
Soft cheeses such as brie, Mexican-style soft cheeses such as queso fresco, yogurt made from unpasteurized milk, pudding made from unpasteurized milk. That's what that is.
Okay.
And the number 1 thing that causes food poisoning is sprouts. Because they're just not cleaned properly most of the time whenever you don't get to clean them.
Oh man. Sprouts are so good for you.
Well, all that stuff's pretty much good for you. I don't think I read anything on there that's bad for you. But it's just how it's prepared, and when it's not cleaned exactly right, you get sick off that the easiest. And if you've ever been rocked by food poisoning,
It's not good.
it's like an earthquake in your body.
Yeah.
Just shaking it. What'd you find over there?
Well, did you know that juice can be also unpasteurized? So stay away from that too.
What, just unpasteurized? Well, then what's the benefit of getting unpasteurized stuff?
I have no idea.
I don't even know what
We
pasteurized
need like
means.
an expert to
All right, we'll
explain
come back
that.
in a second. We'll do Raymundo's next. Groomsmen, that'll be next. And then also Lunchbox took the microphone out to people to see who they thought was the hottest celebrity. Because we talked about it yesterday, so we went out to talk to people to see what they thought. People on the streets. Those segments are coming up next. Just moments away from Raymundo, who works in the glass room, who pushes all the buttons. Raymundo, push a button. Show people what you do. Just push a button.
This is just a random one right here.
Nothing's ever gonna move it when the bones are good.
Yeah. So you never know what button he's going to push. He can push any button. Push another button, Raymundo. Sometimes it's like one of those imaging pieces, too, with the big voice guy. He'll push this button.
The Bobby Bones Show.
So every time you hear that, he's pushing that button.
Or there's sometimes he has sound effects.
Yeah, like he'll hit a
too.
sound, and it'll be like, what up, Raymundo?
He's
That's
good.
that guy.
It's pretty magical.
He sits in the room, and he's not even in our room. Like, I'm looking at him through a glass hole. And sometimes I'll nod at him if it's like time to start a song. And we'll start this song. We won't play it all. But I'll be talking, and all of a sudden I'll hit him with a nod, and the song starts underneath me. And then I'll talk of it like that. And then I'll go, it's Dustin Lynch. So that's what he does.
Wow.
It's nonstop, right? Raymundo, how long you been with me?
7 years, let's say.
Here's the story of Raymundo. We should do, what do we call this segment? Highlight?
Oh yeah.
Highlight? What? I don't know.
What's it called?
Well, here, we're going to highlight Raymundo for a second so you can get to know him. Raymundo was born in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Sure.
No?
I mean, that's where I grew up, but honestly, it was I was a twin, so I was born in Utah. It was a life flight, and then lived in different states, but I'm from
You
the
were
north.
born in Utah?
Yes, I took a helicopter out there with my twin brother.
From where?
We were in Wyoming, and they couldn't do the birth or something, so we had to fly to Utah.
So on vacation or something?
No, because it was like an emergency.
No. Help
But,
me
like,
out.
why
Help me out.
was
Why
you-
were you in Wyoming?
We used to live there.
Okay, and then when did you move to Michigan?
Lumber mill faded away. We went to Michigan when I was in middle school.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh
that.
yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
We just followed the lumber mill, honestly.
So you moved to Michigan because was your dad working at the lumber mill?
Yep.
And what did he do at the mill?
He's called a procurement manager. So he makes sure that he looks at studs in trees and assesses them if it's good wood.
I grew up in a sawmill town, and most people that finished high school or didn't worked at the sawmill. Was that what it was like in your town where they went to the lumber mill for the most part?
There was two of them, lumber mill or a coal mine.
And so when did you decide that you wanted to get out of your town and pursue something in broadcasting?
When I was doing internships in high school, I was like, I got to get out of this city. What do I need to do? I went to a promo internship. I went to a radio, TV. Nobody else was doing internships in high school. I had like 3.
So when did you decide to move out and where did you go?
I went to Chicago. I went there to play baseball in college, and I got cut from the team after 2 weeks.
Why do you think you got cut?
Wasn't that good.
That's a good reason to get cut.
Yeah. They were comparable to D2. It was a pretty legit school.
So you didn't make the baseball team. Then what did you do?
I chilled there for 2 years and then transferred to Texas.
So you went to college for 2 years though in Chicago.
Yep.
How about that? Do you know that, guys?
Yeah.
2 years? I knew you went to school there. I didn't know you there 2 years. Then you transferred to
Texas State University, baby.
And that's kind of where Raymundo and I come into the same picture. Because I was starting, before I did my national sports show, I did a local sports show in Austin. And was it local or was it national first, right?
Local.
Was it? Okay. And so I went to Raymundo. I said, hey, guy, I don't even know you, but they say you're a good worker. He was interning. So why don't you come and do my local sports show that I'm doing? And so Raymundo came on, I did it by myself. And I didn't know him. And I was like, dang, dude, you're actually pretty good. Why don't you come on the morning show and intern? And so then you came over and started interning with me over there.
Yeah, for years.
And so for years. And Raymundo would lead the interns. He would do reality shows with them without cameras. He would be like, we're going to do intern Big Brother. And they'd have contests and vote each other off. And he would like date all the interns. He was running the camp.
Way before I was engaged.
Yeah, we get that way before.
We know that. You don't have to say that every time.
He's just clarifying.
So Raymundo was grinding it out as an intern for years with me. And I went to him and I said, hey, man, I know you've been working hard. I think it's time that you get a real job in radio, like a real paying job. And I asked you what?
Do you want to be a producer for a country morning show?
Yeah. I said, will you move? And he's like, yeah. I said, you're going to have to move to a city you probably never lived in before. Would you produce a country morning show? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I want you to come move and produce this show. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, we're all moving. We're all going to Nashville. And so this was your first ever paid job too, which is crazy to think about.
For sure, yeah.
And so, and here he is, and he's just as much a part of the family as any of us now. I forget all that past stuff because everybody's kind of on the same level here. Amy, anything you want to say about Raymundo?
I mean, he is the hardest worker and he is hilarious. Like, he's so funny. Like, if you're not in almost unexpected funny to where you just die laughing. So you have to like wait for it. And so now that you know that, maybe you'll be like waiting for little Ray nuggets. That's
Even
what I
our
call him.
and I've often said Raymundo would be the one to pop out and do his own show before anyone else. But even our boss is like, that Ray is the funniest.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, well, anything we're missing, Raymundo? You got engaged a few months ago?
Yeah, to Bay.
Yeah, Ray and Bay. And by the way, our listeners have been buying stuff off your registry for you.
Yeah, way too much. The boxes there's a box mountain in my apartment right now.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
I didn't say your registry page to have people go buy. It's great. They are. Our listeners are very giving.
Very nice.
But I was just kind of making light of they didn't have anything on their page. It was like, click here to learn more, and it's an empty page. It's like under construction.
We've updated it since then.
You have?
Yes.
Can you pull up that? It's rayandbay.wedding?
Yep. And it's a cheaper website, so sometimes you have to refresh the page. Honestly, it's odd.
RAYMBAE, rayandbay.wedding.
Yep.
And so on that, he has updated that there's the registry. What's the big thing on your registry you're looking for that no one's bought you yet? Do you know?
I believe we got the 2 chairs and there's also a little table. So my fiance was viewing it as where we would look at the mountains, where we read and we sit in the chairs and we put our coffee on the table. So we're missing that table that goes with the chairs.
What mountains?
Maybe there's tall hills.
Behind your apartment?
Bell's Bluff, yeah.
Okay. Ray's giving us his address. Our magical fairy tale. Can I read your magical fairy tale?
Please.
In the year of 2014, by complete chance, Billy Smith came to Nashville to hang out with his boy, Sizzin Raymundo. He decided to log into Tinder during a lonely Saturday afternoon. He matched with Bay, and then that night, Sizzin, which is Raymundo, Billy, Bay, and another random girl all hung out playing card games. Billy left town, but before he left town, he gifted Sizzin Raymundo with Bay's phone number. Raymundo texted Bay, and they started going on dates and slowly fell in love. The dates lasted for 6 years, until an angel gifted Raymundo with a ring, parentheses, Genesis Diamonds.
Yeah! That's the angel.
I mean,
there's a commercial in here. It's amazing. Raymundo is a sports guy, so he proposed under the stadium lights at the Nashville Sounds baseball stadium in right field. Bay said yes. And hashtag 6 years later, Ray and Bay were engaged to be married in the most magical place of all. On a hillside, in the country, at an untouched chapel built by Bay's dad. October 24th, 2020, the fairy tale will continue, most likely televised on one of the major TV networks.
Yeah!
Did you write this?
Yeah.
We couldn't tell.
So
Wait,
let
but
me get this story straight. I know your boy Billy matched with your now fiance on Tinder.
Yes.
They were on a date, but you had another girl with you?
Yeah, it was a double date.
And what happened to her?
I think she's married, got kids now. I don't know what happened to her.
You don't know who that was?
She fell off. She wasn't interested in me or Billy, so she played on her phone the whole time.
But you don't know who she is now?
You don't
have to say-
Alyssa.
Oh, you don't have to say her
Oh,
name.
sorry.
But,
I don't know.
but you don't like.
We don't talk to her anymore. That was just a one. It was a one and done that we never saw her again.
Well, let's bring her in. Well, do you feel like we've highlighted you
Very well.
pretty good here?
That was awesome.
Raymundo's also, he's known for his height.
Yeah, not very.
He's 5'6". Kind of looks like Mark Ruffalo and acts like Joey from Friends. So that would be Raymundo.
Thank you.
One of my favorite people. There
Yes.
he is.
Yeah. Is he serious about the televised?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, because I didn't know.
I was like, wow, okay.
Somebody was talking to him.
Is Instagram TV a major TV network?
I mean, it could be, I guess.
That would be about it. Raymundo, what are you going to do here to name your next? How do we know it's somebody on the show?
It is. I can confirm that.
okay,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So should I come in there or should I?
Yeah,
do
come
it?
on in, Mike. We go
Yeah,
run his
Mike.
board.
But yeah, it's definitely somebody on the show. I've been looking forward to this moment, and I mean, I guess since lunch has already been named, I'm implying that it's either Bones or Eddie because you guys are probably the next two that I'm closest to.
Well, here's the thing: is
I'm
that
jumping
Eddie,
in.
one of us is going to feel like a real loser.
I know.
Because we're not going to get it today. We may not get it at all.
I'm a little nervous that it's me.
I'm nervous that it's me too.
Wait, why would you
Why
be
would you be
nervous?
nervous?
Wouldn't you be
Well,
nervous
Eddie
that
and I
it's
had
not
to-
you?
No, that's
Hold
not
on.
me. I meant.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
You're the opposite? No, I
Oh,
was just
yeah.
like, man, he's not gonna pick me.
Raymundo, what do you? Yeah, we doing the liquor thing or no?
I don't know, but anyways,
there we
no,
go.
I'm not.
There we go. I got it.
Go ahead, Raymundo.
No, but Eddie, real talk.
Yeah.
Could you make sure the camera's on Bones? I mean, this is no jokes on this one. Bones is my boy. I definitely have to ask. This is a broom in case Bones spills it, but Bones, I got the grapefruit for you. Dog, my boy, will you be one of my next groomsmen, baby? Come on.
Oh
good
gosh,
catch. I'm
he
so
shook
glad-
it too.
I'm so glad you
too excited. Yes,
caught it.
I would love it.
Yeah!
Here we go.
Chug, chug, chug.
I took 2 drinks. I'm a lightweight.
Come on, take it down, Bones.
That's all I can do. Will you be Ray, thank you I would love to be your groomsman. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eddie.
Man, I knew it. I knew it. Is there one spot left?
There is a groomsman left. There's one. Do we want to do it? What do we want to do?
He sounds weird. It's not me.
No,
I
here's
knew
the
it.
deal.
Go ahead.
It is. It's Eddie as well.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I got Eddie's bottle of wine, but here's the thing: I don't have the koozie for him. So, dog, you're gonna have to take the broom. It's right above you. It's right above you, dog.
Look.
It's been there the whole time, dog.
Whoa, look at that.
Ray put it on the ceiling. That's funny.
Oh,
That is
right
hilarious,
here, right
Ray.
in front of your face,
Oh,
Eddie.
look at all that.
Hey! Ray, of course I'll accept. Woo!
Eddie, drink your wine. I'll have another thing at grape.
Come on, Bones.
By the
hold
way,
on.
Cheers.
Waterloo sparkling water with grapefruit.
I knew that's what you like.
That's my jam.
Do not chug that entire wine.
I will not.
Ready, Eddie? Here we go.
1,
3, 2, 1. Hit it.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to drink
I
the
did
whole
too. I
thing.
did too.
No, guys, we gotta work. We got stuff to do.
Ray, Raymundo, thank you.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Appreciate you. We can't wait for the wedding. Obviously, we love you.
Dang, in my head, I planned it out like that, and it went according to plan. Wow. That
Eddie's
pretty
was
sweet.
above his head. We never
I
noticed.
never saw that.
He's
Man,
like, on your belt, you'll see your belt buckle says, "Will you be?" You're like, it's like
How did you
Chris
put that on
Angel
my
somehow
belt?
did it.
that's
All right.
awesome. Thank you, Ray.
Raymundo, thanks, bud.
All right, cool.
All right, there we go.
That's exciting.
Let's.
Dude, we're gonna have a party.
I'm not though.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
are.
have fun, but I don't go hard like you guys.
No, you'll hang. You're really good for someone that doesn't drink. You're cool to hang without drinking.
Because I've never drank. That was why.
Yeah.
So I don't.
You don't know how much more fun he could be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So do you want to drink?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, we'll drop this. All right, we'll drop the song. We'll come back to that in a second. Well, there we go. We have
All three of y'all, groomsmen.
I drank too much of the sparkling water too quick.
Yeah, me too. Took a little bit too much
See,
wine.
that's hardcore. That's in there.
Bones, can you shotgun like sparkling water?
Not sparkling, it burns.
It's a beer. Same thing.
No, wait.
You should try it.
I can barely
We'll try it at the wedding.
No, we won't. Okay, call us if you want. 877. Oh, I drank too much, too hard.
Come on.
I just went too hard
You're
right
too
now.
excited.
Up.
Is this
You're
what
in
it's
the
like to have a
group.
hangover?
No.
Do I have a hangover right now?
No, not
There's a
even
hangover?
close.
877 Bobby. On
Bobby.
yesterday's show, we talked about this scientific study that listed the hottest celebrities based on symmetry in their face. And George Clooney, 5, Brad Pitt, 4, Bradley Cooper, 3, Henry Cavill at 2. Is that how you say his name? And he's from Superman, the movie, and then The Witcher on Netflix. And then Robert Pattinson was at number 1. We gave our thoughts, and I think I spent 10 minutes talking about the hottest guys to me. You can hear that on yesterday's show. But Lunchbox went out and asked people on the streets who he thought was the hottest male celebrity.
I know a lot of people say Blake Shelton.
What do you like about Blake Shelton?
Not me personally, but friends.
Okay. What about you?
Randy Travis.
Ooh, what do you like about Randy Travis?
I just like him. I like his voice. Sexy.
We talk about a guy that was good looking when he was younger. It was Randy Travis for sure.
Yeah.
Here's Lunchbox on the streets talking again to somebody else.
Oh, who's that one guy? He plays in that one movie. I can't think
What's the movie?
I can't think of it. I've had too many drinks.
Okay. You can't
He's
think.
a big burly guy. He was a wrestler, but he's not a wrestler anymore.
The Rock.
The Rock. There you go. The Rock.
What is it about The Rock?
I just love his masculinity. He's just so masculine.
Thank you so much.
Hey, she's having a good time.
So a couple things stuck out to me there. I thought The Rock was just so famous that you would know who he was. Not, you know that guy that's thick, who was a wrestler?
Yeah.
I guess The Rock, to me, is one of the most famous people now in America. But also, she's like, the wrestler, he's thick. And I'm like, wait, he wears the white thing. Here's a little thing on his head. What's his name? The Pope. That's what it kind of felt like. And then The Rock is so big. Is that attractive? Is he too big?
I think he's too big for my liking, but I do like him. I think I just like him for some reason
I like him too as a person.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I think he's cool.
And I can usually tell when guys are hot.
But I'm not attracted to him.
But The Rock just seems so big.
So you're not attracted to him?
Not at all.
But if you saw him, I don't think you could resist doing your thing where you touch his bicep.
I only did that to one person ever. That's not my thing. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Here is Lunchbox again talking to somebody, asking them who their hottest male celebrity is.
Rob Lowe.
Why Rob Lowe?
Because he's hot.
Well, what's hot about him?
His
Oh,
Oh, wow. Whoa.
that guy is really good looking for a long period of time.
Still.
Still really
He's still
good
good
looking.
looking.
Yeah. We'll do a couple more here.
Channing Tatum.
What is it about Channing Tatum that you go, woo, woo, woo?
He's just cute.
You like Channing Tatum?
Yes.
I don't really get that one. I know he's muscular and can dance, but I don't see it.
You don't see it even when you watch Step Up to the Streets?
I've never seen that.
Okay.
Let's do one more.
Oh, what's his name? The guy off The Notebook. Who's that?
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
What is it about Ryan Gosling?
I don't know. He has like a baby face, but he's cute too.
And Ryan Gosling seems approachable. Like I could just walk up and take him on a date.
Probably couldn't, though.
What is that movie he did with where they did the lift, the Dirty Dancing lift in the movie? But it's one of your
Steve
favorites.
Carell's in.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Shoot, that was the one where he became very attractive to me.
Attractive to you. Not attractive to
attracted to you.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I was reading an excerpt from Jessica Simpson's new book, because I'm not going to read her book.
Oh, I'm going to.
Where she talks about how she was offered the role of the Notebook across from Ryan Gosling.
Oh, I could see her doing
But
that.
there was a sex scene in it, and she didn't feel comfortable doing it, so she didn't take it.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. That's always interesting to me to hear roles that people didn't take, and you look back and go, what a doofus. Because I have a couple of those that I was like, oh, man, I can't believe I didn't take that. I'm still okay. There's only one that was that's close to me being, but I'm glad I didn't. But I was offered a judge in The Masked Singer. I didn't take it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I didn't. I like my choice now because I like where I am now. But get another couple of good seasons of that show, I've been like
it's a
kicking
big show.
myself. But again, I got to be on American Idol.
No, huge
Got
show.
to do Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
got to win
yeah.
that. That was, I think, for me, it was a smarter move. But that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Thank you. Good job, Lunchbox. Here's one. I'll do one more. Do number 11, Raymundo.
I think Jason Momoa.
What about Jason Momoa?
Oh, he's just sexy.
What makes him sexy, though?
He's got long hair. He's like rough and big. And yeah, definitely. No, I would definitely think Jason Momoa.
Is she, did you like go into like a phone
Yeah,
sex?
where are you? In a bathroom?
No, I went in a bar.
Oh, she's like, hey.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a little bit quieter.
I like Jason Momoa.
And he's like, tell me more.
Yeah, everything else was on the streets. This one wasn't.
This definitely was not on the street.
No, it was in the bar
It was in
because
her
it
booth.
started raining, and so she was sitting there by herself, and I was like, I'll just ask this chick.
He's like, hey, okay, let's go back to the champagne room and ask you a question. Did you what?
Did you see the Jason Momoa taking a bubble bath on Instagram?
Mm-mm.
Check it out.
He's too big for me to think is hot.
I guess we're both not into like the really big guys.
Yeah, I'm more.
No.
You know, lean.
Bobby
I
shouldn't be
like
in
the leaner guys.
Oh my gosh.
But it was cute watching him take a bubble bath for some reason.
The Super Bowl commercial he did was funny, where he peels off his muscles.
It was great.
And then he ends up being a skinny guy.
Oh.
Do you see that one?
I didn't.
It was really good. And also, I don't think I watched Game of Thrones when he was in that, but I didn't watch any. You watch Aquaman, Morgan?
Yeah,
You like
I
it?
did. Yeah,
You like him?
I love Jason Momoa. Mhm.
Whoa.
He's attractive to me.
Jeez.
She sounds like the girl in the booth.
No, he's just, I don't know why.
He's all big.
Yeah,
and
play that again, Raymundo, number
rough.
11, number 11, just a little bit of it.
I think Jason Momoa.
What about Jason Momoa? What makes him sexy, though?
He's got long hair. He's like.
You're like in the kitchen.
Yeah, where
Something
are
weird's
you?
happening
Where
in this
are
clip.
you?
I'm at Jason Aldean's bar.
That's not a bar.
I don't think so.
That's not a bar.
I am telling you.
Play that again.
I think Jason Momoa.
What about Jason Momoa?
One of these clips don't sound like the rest of them.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. All right, 877-77 Bobby. Thank you guys. People are really loving the Luke Combs Bobby cast. I guess mostly because there's not a place where you can go and listen to Luke Combs talk for an hour. We just sat and talked about his life and got to know Luke Combs. And so the latest episode of the Bobby cast, Luke Combs was talking about how someone skimmed his credit card in New York City. Have you guys heard the story?
No.
And then they went and bought a bunch of shoes.
I went to the Nike store in New York City, and then I went to the Adidas store. And my business manager was like, hey, did you just buy $600 worth of shoes at the Nike store and then $600 worth of shoes at the Adidas store? And I didn't. I didn't buy anything at the stores. But someone in the store had skimmed my wallet while I was in there. They can magnetize it without even touching it now. They can just...
I'd never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So it's almost like a sensor to magnetize it to take it more so than swiping it. So now he has this wallet that zips and has like a magnetic cover on the outside of it.
That's what my husband has. Like, he doesn't have the whole wallet, but he has little sleeves that all of his credit cards go into that protects it from that sort of thing. And I always roll my eyes at him, but now I guess I'm like, okay, you're probably right.
Well, Luke Combs was talking about too how he protects himself like that in a lot of ways.
So the wallet was in his pocket. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, he talked about how he used to save money in a bank bag in his apartment.
And so that's where the money was coming from, was these sellout bonuses on these club shows. I remember getting to thinking I had like $5,000 or $6,000 in my apartment, you know? And I was like, man, like somebody could just walk in here and like take this. So I had like a Folgers can. And instead of putting just the money in there, I put it in the bank bag and then rolled the bank bag up and put it in there. It was back like behind my microwave on my counter.
So it's a really good hour and 15-minute or so talk with Luke Combs. Search for the Bobbycast, which is the podcast that I do that's mostly just music intensive. We talk about songwriters and artists and performers and producers. And sometimes Eddie and I will get on and talk about some of the history. We got a couple cool things we're going to talk about this weekend. One of them are bands, I think, where they hated each other in the band. We're going to do that one this weekekend. Where
But like people didn't really know.
I bet there's a lot of them.
Yeah, like Aerosmith. Maroon 5, maybe. Is that one of them? Or is that the other one? What's the other one we're going to do? Oh, really successful bands that people have for some reason hate.
Oh, Creed.
Like Nickel Band, Creed, which unfairly.
Nickelback?
Nickelback.
Yeah, Nickelback.
Not Nickel Band.
I didn't know if that was a band I didn't know of.
You know what? It is Nickelback. So we do a lot of that stuff too on the Bobbycast. And the iHeartRadio app is so good for podcasts. If there's a podcast, man, they have it. And check it out. Amy has the 4 Things with Amy Brown podcast. You have a new episode going up today?
Yes, it's with the founder of Siete Foods, and she has a really interesting story. And my sister's on it with me for a little bit too, and we get into some cool things.
Here's what's annoying about Siete chips.
Here we go.
Well, it's that they sent me this box of these Christmas crisps that were so good.
Cinnamon, yeah.
But they didn't send me 3 bags. They sent me like 14 bags. And I will eat, they were so good that I just wouldn't stop eating them. And so I started to give them out as Christmas gifts because I just needed to get them out of my house. That siete chip, whatever, how do you even say that? Siete? They are so good.
7.
And are they healthy-ish?
Yes. Well, the ingredients are clean. She has an autoimmune disease, so she can't eat like corn chips with her family, and she's Mexican American, so she created tortillas and chips and stuff that her body can handle.
Well, tell her I'm annoyed that they're so good.
Yeah.
So she's on your 4 things Amy Brown
It's pretty
today.
cool. She started with just making tortillas in her kitchen at home, and now they're in Target and Whole Foods and Amazon and everywhere. So it's pretty awesome.
4 things with Amy Brown. Be sure to check that podcast out as well.